The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
The Fed is right that inflation is transitory.
We cannot act like inflation is transitory.
Transitory. You know, they can argue all they want about this transitory. I get so sick of hearing about, is inflation transitory or is it not? The temporary, is it not? It's not. I'm sorry. Inflation is not transitory. It's not temporary. It's the same thing as when you raise or lower interest rates. The day you lower a rate or raise a rate, it takes 18 months before it shows up in the system, in the economy. It's the same thing with inflation. You don't turn it on and off with a switch. It takes a long time to work out of the system, to get it back out of the system. Yeah, I mean, the lying is really incredible. They're telling us here, that's what they're saying today.
We found 44% of U.S. adults say that they're willing to take on debt for discretionary purchases in the second half of the year.
So everybody's willing to take on debt, right?
Where is the crisis when we're saving more than at any time since World War II?
The consumer has a ton of money, a ton of savings.
Yeah, consumers got a ton of money. So consumers have 2,000 pounds of money. Yeah, 2,000 pounds of money. But yet, 20% or 10 million of renters are behind 4 months in their rent. 28% of those who live in a manufactured home are behind in their rent or payment. 12% of those who live in single-family home are behind. 57 billion. 72% of our 157 million workforce, they're living paycheck to paycheck. That has not changed. Where's all this money coming from? I don't get it. Let's talk about wages. Let's talk the real wages. The wages right now, if you adjust for inflation, the guy on Main Street who has no assets, okay, whose combined income, again, is $65,000 a year or less, or $40,000 a year or less, he's living paycheck to paycheck. The only thing he's keeping him alive is his credit card. And here's why. Because since 1972, the wages have never gone up, adjusted for inflation. See, inflation is not transitory. It's there. It's permanent. Over the past 21 years, wage increases are up less than 1%. Less than 1%. They're up a little over about 0.5%, 0.67%. But you know how much homes have gone up compared to wages? 5.5%. 5.5%. That's incredible. So you got house prices soaring, but wages aren't soaring. So how does that happen? How do you do that? How does that work out? If your wages aren't going up, and again, you got to adjust for inflation. The wages have gone up not even 1%, 0.67%. But houses, they've gone up 1%. They've gone up 5.5%. In fact, if you look at a median home price in 2000, was around $165,000. Today, the house is $357,000. That's an increase of $192,000 or 116%, or 5.5% a year. Yet wages are up less than 1%. So you see, people aren't flush. That's a bold-faced lie. I said this the other day. They're taking all the millionaires, all the billionaires, and all the 1 percentile, and they put them all in one bucket with the guy on Main Street who's making a combined income of, we'll average it out, $58,000 or less. So they're taking Larry Ellison, and they're taking guy who owns Virgin Airlines there. They're taking all the multimillionaires and putting them in one basket. That doesn't make sense. Now, let's talk about this for a second. So wages, this is still interesting to me. How can housing gone up so much and wages haven't, yet people can buy a home? You got to blame the Federal Reserve. See, that shouldn't be happening. If your wages aren't, see, it used to be, if you go back to the parents of baby boomers, their wages used to go up on average of 3% a year. And home prices went up about the same, and it worked out. But you can't have housing prices going up 5.5% a year and wages not even going up 1% a year. So who do you blame? How are they getting financed? Blame the Federal Reserve. Because the Federal Reserve is evil. They want you to be in debt. The Federal Reserve is making debt a new form of modern slavery. That's where the slavery is. Central banks are evil. They've always been evil. See, at the end of the day, these Federal Reserves, which are a bunch of bankster gangsters, it's a banking cartel run by the wealthiest people in the world. At the end of the day, all the Federal Reserve can do, really, all they can do is produce debt. That's it. That's all they can do. Produce debt. That's the last thing a country needs is debt. They don't focus on productivity. They don't focus on increased wages. The Federal Reserve doesn't focus on any of that. They don't focus on improving your standard of living. They make money off debt. And is why the Federal Reserve is the worst thing that's ever happened to this country, because they destroyed the country. Our owners destroyed this country when they allowed the Federal Reserve. This is crazy. And the economy, they destroyed our country. They destroyed our country, and they destroyed the economy for Main Street, so they could make the 1 percentile very, very wealthy. Very wealthy. That's what it's all about, the Federal Reserve. And they're going to let people buy homes that have gone up, say, 6% a year, while the wages have gone up to less than 1% a year. People shouldn't be buying houses in that kind of a situation, but the Federal Reserve is evil. They want to get you into that situation because you can't ever get out of it. See, once you get into debt, you can't get out. That's the idea of the Federal Reserve, to make you a debt slave. And that is the problem of this country. That's the problem. What the Federal Reserve is doing is turning folks on Main Street into debt slaves, so that everybody else can get wealthy. We'll be back right after this break. Phil's gang. Join my gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The unfolding of a market crash. If you don't think the stock market's going to crash, then you got to be nuts. This is going to be one of the biggest crashes ever. Just because they're stimulating the economy, they're plugging money in, keep driving up the debt. No, the market is going to crash. I bring you evidence every Friday on my YouTube channel. I review the week and tell you why we're getting closer to crash. So don't miss it. It's free for everyone. Go to my YouTube channel, Phil's Gang YouTube channel. And that's right. And I'll be posting that like I do every Friday between 6 and 7 Eastern. And please share and like. Okay. So here we are at the end of the week. And what's happened? Because of the Federal Reserve is doing everything they possibly can to make sure the big tech stocks keep driving forward, which has pushed this S&P up. If you took the 26% of the tech stocks out of the S&P 100, the S&P 500 would collapse. It's artificially keeping this whole stock market going, making a fortune for the 1 percentile. Those people who make an average of $400,000 or $500,000 a year, who have a net worth of $3 to $5 million. That's right. The Federal Reserve, that's their job, to take care of them. Not you, not me, not the guy on Main Street. They're evil. And they really are just making the debt, all this debt, a new form of modern slavery. They're saying how people have 2,000 pounds of money. They got so much money they don't know what to do with it. Are you kidding me? That makes no sense. 55 million Americans are struggling to pay their energy bill, for God's sakes. Where do these people live? Debt is rising 60% faster than our economy is growing. Debt is rising 35% faster than wages, because wages aren't growing, because the Federal Reserve doesn't want wages to grow. See, when wages grow, the wealthy get more. They don't want you to get more. The whole idea for the Federal Reserve is to make sure the wealthy get more and you and I get less. They're evil. The Federal Reserve, again, they only do one thing, is produce debt, and people don't even understand what the Federal Reserve is. If people understood the Federal Reserve, what it was, how it affects them, they'd be down in Washington right now throwing stones through the House, through the Capitol building. Be a bigger riot than on January 6th. For every single dollar that the Fed produces, is loaned out with interest. That means every single dollar produced is actually a dollar plus a certain percent of debt based on that dollar. And since the Federal Reserve has a monopoly over the production of currency, money, for our entire nation, and because they loan each dollar out with immediate debt attached to it, and because the money to pay for that debt also, get this, comes from the same Federal Reserve. They just print it. They just keep printing more currency. What, are you nuts? And every time they print currency, it destroys the standard of living for people who make a combined income of $58,000 a year or less. So printing more currency for the purpose of paying down debt, it means the Federal Reserve has to keep increasing its money supply, destroying you and I on Main Street. This is crazy. And because that money is all loaned out with interest, and also remember, not only is it loaned out with interest, it also creates even more debt. What are you, nuts? The bottom line, the end result of this Federal Reserve system, which is not federal. It's not federal. It's not no more federal than Federal Express. They have no reserves. It's nothing but a modern-day economic slavery. Think about it. The Federal Reserve has literally made it impossible for government and its Main Street citizens, you and me, to ever come out of the system of debt that our owners created, this self-generating debt system. People don't understand that. That's what the Federal Reserve has created. The owners, the very, very wealthy, the 1/100th of 1 percentile, the Bill Gates, the rest of them who control everything. Here, listen. I got to play this. This is. I think I have enough time. Judge Carlin.
You have owners.
No, this was in 2006. Carlin said this. 2006.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table to figure out how badly they're getting by a system that threw them overboard 30 years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money.
Boy, that was in 2006. 2006. All because of the Federal Reserve. It's not your friend. More when we get back. We'll take a look at some stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
PhilsGang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang Radio Show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to PhilsGang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. PhilsGang.com and Phil's Gang Social Media, keeping you connected.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at PhilsGang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Tonight between 6 and 7 Eastern, I'll be posting the unfolding of the market crash as I do each Friday evening from 6 to 7 Eastern. It's free for everybody. All I ask is you hit share and like. And it's very interesting because I take the entire week, I review the week, and identify what little things we're seeing during that week, little or big, that is bringing us closer to a crash. And when you hear people start telling you, first Varney's sitting there saying how people have a ton of cash. Do you have 2,000 pounds? If you took your money out of your savings account, do you have 2,000 pounds of money? That's what he's saying. People don't have cash. They have credit cards. They have debt. That's what they have. The cash they're talking about from all these programs, the Trump program, the Biden program, they're doing another $3 trillion program, $3 trillion program. That all comes from the Federal Reserve. It's all debt. It does nothing for us. It's all debt. Now they have the child care tax. Remember, first they came out with Biden, where $10 billion they printed to give to people who were late on their payments, who could not pay their taxes, could not pay their homeowner association fees. Yeah, we took care of it for them. But they're telling us, Varney and the rest of the fake business news network tells people are flush with cash. Well, if they're flush with cash, then what the hell are we doing printing $10 billion to give to people to bring them current on either their rent or their home mortgage, their association fees, their real estate taxes, their maintenance fee? Are you nuts? So we're just printing all this money. People got 2,000 tons of cash, 2,000 pounds of cash, and you're telling me that we tell them just to keep the 2,000 pounds of cash? Don't worry, don't use your own money. The government's going to come in and print all this money through the Federal Reserve, and it's going to give you to pay your late payments, pay your interest, to pay your utilities, everything else. What the hell's going on here? Now they say, hey, here's another thing we're going to do. We're going to now print more money, and we're going to give each child we're going to send to every parent $300 for their kids every month, and they're going to make it permanent. This is AOC's deal, and the squad, the bunch of dopes, the Marxists, who want to give everybody in this country a salary. That's what it's going to end up with. This is the start of it. They're never going to take this away from people. It's like taking welfare away. You're not going to take welfare. You never take any welfare programs away. But what does this do for us as investors? It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Because the more we are in debt, this country, the more they have to drive interest rates down. They can't raise rates. The more money they got to print, the more QE to keep printing money, to go and buy treasuries, to keep driving those interest rates down, to keep pushing up the big tech stocks where all the money is, where the 1 percentile have made a fortune, where all the people are making a fortune in tech stocks. We got tech stocks that are going up. It's incredible. 900%, 800%, 2,000%, and they keep going up. All fake. And those are the stocks that are going to bring this whole economy down, this whole stock market down. But in the meantime, ride them. As long as yields are below 1.5%, I tell my members this all the time. As long as yields stay below 1.5%, stay with the tech. Stay away from the banks. Remember last week and the week before, they were pushing the banks, and I told you, don't go to the banks. Don't go to the banks. You're going to lose money in the banks. And everybody's now losing money in the banks. Because banks don't go up when you have when you have low yields, low interest rates. Who the hell wants value stocks? Who wants to be in financials or industrials or materials? Who wants to be in those? You go into those when interest rates are up, that means the economy's doing good. You want to know if the economy's doing good? Look at yields. If the interest rates are going up, if they're above 150 basis points, that means the economy's doing good. So then you go in and you buy energy stocks, material stocks, industrial stocks. You go buy hotels, casinos, cruise lines, restaurants, clothing, telecom, healthcare, builders. This is what we do every day with our members. Make sure they're in the right stocks. If you're in those stocks, you're out of your mind. You should be shorting those stocks. That's what we're doing. We're shorting those stocks. Hell, we shorted Carnival Cruise Line. And Carnival Cruise Line right now, what a great short it was for us. It turned red at around $26.80, and today it's at $20.83, and it's still red. That's a beautiful return. That's a 22% return. Now, I'm not saying every gang member made 22%, but every gang member who has my Pro 2 color-coded chart, and if every gang member who has a stock, Carnival Cruise Line, that's one of their stocks, one of their 5-6 stocks, their permanent stocks, they had an opportunity to make 22%. They had an opportunity to make 22%. Remember they told you everybody's going to be going on cruises and everybody's going to be going to the casinos and all that garbage? Never happened. Never happened. And they have people buying that stuff on the rumor. They're going to do fantastic. All these casinos and airlines and cruise lines. No. And thank God for the color-coded chart, because we could see the money was pouring out of Carnival Cruise Line. We could see that, so that we would make sure we were in those stocks, shorting them. Just like casinos. Everybody's going to go now, open the doors, go to casinos. Everybody's free now. They're out of their homes. Are you kidding me? That's another one of our stocks that we sold short, LVS. It's easy to do. What a beautiful stock that turned out to be, LVS. LVS started to turn red, gave us a sell signal on March 18th around $66. Today's at $47. That's another 28% return. So my members, who those are part of their portfolio, they're making money selling short. And everything is going to be going down at some point. But not now. They're going to continue to run the big tech stocks up as fast as they can, as hard as they can, by keeping interest rates low. Until one day, and it's not going to be too far off, where, remember, all this printing of money from all this Federal Reserve, of all this confidence, remember, this QE and stock buybacks is nothing but a confidence game. And what's going to happen soon, people with their dollars are so destroyed, they have very little purchasing power of their dollars. They're still going to have to make that decision, just like they did in 2006, 2007, 2008. Do I pay my house payment, or do I skip the house payment and pay my credit card? I can't pay both. Or do I pay for my gas and keep my credit card and the hell with my house payment? We're getting closer and closer, but the only reason we're not there now, because this gangster operation of Federal Reserve keeps on keeping interest rates low to create this illusion that the economy is doing terrific, and because people look at the stock market and think that's the economy. If we're doing so great, for God's sakes, why are we giving everybody $300 for their kids? Why is it that he did another program for $10 billion? As I told you a moment ago, we're paying everybody's payments on their house, we're paying their electricity, we're paying their utilities. Why? If things are so great. They're talking between their ears. In the meantime, I could care less. Let's just make money. We also made money on stocks that are going up. Give you an example. Take MTA. It's a minor. It went up 21%. Then when it went back down, we sold it short. Went down 20%. Apple, we caught it on the way up 23%. Has yet come down. It hasn't come down yet. Okay, Microsoft is up 12%. Hasn't come down yet, so keep riding it. And if you're with us, we'll make sure every day you know exactly when to get out of Microsoft, exactly when to get out of Apple, because if you're part of our working investor group, we tell you every day at 2 o'clock, we post every stock to exactly what to do.
Schlumberger, you can add to your short position again today, and let's put your stop at...
Did your broker do that for you? What are you, nuts? Join my gang free for 10 days. Check it out. If you do well, help St. Jude.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable. African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
The unfolding of a market crash. If you don't think the stock market's going to crash, then you got to be nuts. This is going to be one of the biggest crashes ever. Just because they're stimulating the economy, they're plugging money in, keep driving up the debt. No, the market is going to crash. I bring you evidence every Friday on my YouTube channel. I review the week and tell you why we're getting closer to crash, so don't miss it. It's free for everyone. Go to my YouTube channel, Phil's Gang YouTube channel. Yes, and that'll be tonight between 6 and 7 Eastern. I'll post it. It's fun. It's free. And also, look, sign up for the Working Investor Group. It's free for 10 days. And you'll get to understand how the market works. And that you'll be always on the right side of the market. And when the market goes down for the first time in your life, you're going to say, boy, this is fun. The market's going down. I'm finally making money. Why didn't I do this before? Shorting a market is so easy to do. But see, Wall Street doesn't ever want you to short because they don't make money when you short a stock, only when you buy a stock. Look, think about this. This whole market since 2008 has been linked to QE, quantitative easing, and stock buybacks. And now the stock market has been linked to financial engineering for 13 years. It has been financially engineered to go up. And what's led it up is the big tech stocks. Why? Because quantitative easing, the job of the Federal Reserve is to print massive amount of money, in which they know they're hurting everybody on Main Street. But they don't care about you. Every time they print money, they're hurting you because your wages aren't going up. Not as fast as inflation, for God's sakes, but they don't care about you. That's not their job to care about you. Their job is to care about the 1 percentile. So all you have to do while they're playing this game, and they're still playing it, every day they're in here making sure the market starts going down. First thing they do is come back in. Monday morning, you'll see the market will be back up. Market's down 332 points. Oh boy, market's going down. Probably by the end of the day, we're almost there. Probably down maybe another 100 points. We come back Monday, it'll be up 150 points. Because remember, they'll read the market to go back up by buying futures. The Federal Reserve jumps in and buys futures. The quantitative easing, all that is to print money, make sure interest rates never go up again. Keeping interest rates low, make sure the big tech stocks keep going up. That's what drives this whole economy, the whole stock market. But it's all fake. But what do you care as long as you know how to get out early? That's the idea. As long as you know how to exit. That's the most important thing that we teach all our members, especially our working investor group, for people who don't have time to learn, for people who don't want to learn. If they have time, they just don't want to learn. They just say, look, all I want to know is just give me a stock, tell me when to buy it, tell me when to add to it, tell me when to get the hell out of it, and tell me when to sell it short. That's what we do with the working investor group. Try it for 10 days. You'll see I'm not full of crap. I'm telling you the truth. Try it. It works. Remember, all this debt, they can't keep, the government can't keep spending its way to prosperity. It's never worked. Never worked. It's not going to work now. What's going to work is you getting into a program that's so easy, you don't have to do a thing. I mean, every day at 2 o'clock when we post our portfolio, it's archived, for God's sakes. You can do it at night when you come home from work. It tells you exactly what to do with each one of the stocks in our portfolio. How can that be hard? And all these people that are so right now complacent because they think they made a fortune in their 401k, you're going to lose every penny of it. You've never got out of a 401k in time. Did you get out of a 401k in time with the dot-com crash? Did you get out of the 401k with the housing crash? Did you get out of the 401k with the pandemic crash in February 2020? No. You never got out. You're never going to get out in time. My members not only will be out, but be making money on the way down. And just remember what I'm telling you. Okay, as long as the yields are down, and they got to keep them down. They can't raise rates. The minute they raise rates, we're going to have the biggest crash ever. And they're going to have to at some point. See, it'll be the big tech stocks. It's going to be Facebook and Netflix and Google, and it's going to bring this whole market down to the biggest crash ever. But until then, enjoy this ride. As long as they keep rates at zero, which they got to, they have no choice. They can't raise rates. They can't raise rates. Keep making money on the tech stocks. Simple. All you got to do is know when to exit these tech stocks. And that's what we do. And we give you a color-coded chart because it tells you well in advance. It goes to a yellow color. It goes from red, it goes from green to yellow. It tells you in advance. Call to action. You better do something. In the next 4 or 5 days, this stock is going to go down. Does anybody else do that for you? No. So just go to philsgang.com where it says Working Investor, sign up and get the chart, and then have access to everything we do. This is not hard stuff. Look, I'm reaching out to you. I'm going to help you, and you're going to avoid the next crash or correction. And in the meantime, until that happens, you're going to be making money on the way up. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. And I hate saying that, but this market's been rigged under QE. It's been rigged under QE and stock buybacks. Don't you understand that? And the Federal Reserve, listen, how can they tell us everything is wonderful like they're claiming? People got more cash, more savings than ever. Well, then why do you have to give their kids $300 if they got more cash than ever? And this is what gets me with Varney. Listen to this again.
The consumer has a ton of money.
A ton of money, yeah, right. Then Varney.
Where is the crisis when we're saving more than at any time since World War II?
Saving more than any time in World War II? Are you saving more than any time? No, you're not. You know you're not. I'm only talking to you, just you. We're having a conversation. Me and you, nobody else. Are you saving more than ever? Of course not. You can't, because your wages haven't gone up since the 1970s adjusted for inflation. For God's sakes. Look at the housing prices. I told you, housing prices are going up each year 5.5%, but your wages aren't even going up 1%. And Varney, I don't know why anybody listens to him, because he told us not to.
Don't ever take investment advice from me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the best advice he's ever given. Then Larry Kudlow turns around and he says he's a genius. He thinks he's a genius. And he says, here's why he's successful in the stock market.
I buy it and I hold it and I just pray every night. Deep prayer and meditation.
Yeah, that's what he does. He buys Intel or Apple or Microsoft and he prays. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I'm going to buy Microsoft. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm going to buy Apple. Hallelujah, hallelujah. What are you nuts? These people are so full of BS. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look, I want you to remember one thing. Why, if we're doing so well, people got a ton of money, why are we printing $100 billion a month to purchase treasuries to keep rates at zero because you can't have the rates go up or the market's going to crash because people can't afford high interest rates? Why are we printing every month $100 billion for stock buybacks? Why are we printing $100 billion a month for mortgage-backed securities? Because the banks, there'd be no housing market if they weren't going in and buying those mortgages from the banks, because the banks don't make any more money on these low-rate mortgages, 2 to 3%. So we printing money going in and buy those so that we can keep pushing the housing market up. Why are we printing $120 billion a month to go in to buy all this debt from the corporations, or they'd be dying, they'd be filing bankruptcy? Why are we printing $100 billion a month to go buy the government's debt? We buy the government's debt. Why are we printing $215 billion a month on top of that to purchase all the bank debt at night so banks can loan to each other because they're broke? They're insolvent, but nobody's telling you that. If it's so wonderful, why do we have $27 trillion in debt, $125 trillion in unfunded debt? That's $84,000 in debt per person, or $222,000 debt per taxpayer if you pay taxes. Join my gang tonight, please. I'm reaching out to you. Working Investors. Go to philsgang.com. Working Investors. Try it for 10 days. Doesn't cost you a penny. And you're going to find there is an alternative. And never again are you going to be fearful if the market's going to go down. You're going to be begging for the market to go down. See you on the charts. Remember St. Jude's, please.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.